All right, Loriana, what's the degree of the polynomial?
B2
How'd you get that?
plus there's 4x's plus the one that you got the
1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay. Describe the end behavior, Cachette. Is it odd or even? Odd. Positive or negative? You just look at the x's, and you're looking for negative x's. What if there were two negatives, negative x's? Negative times negative is positive. Okay. Okay. All right. Can you describe that in behavior, Cachette? Odd, negative. What would that make? Everyone good? Having a good, fierce debate about the negativity of this x right here. Guys. Odd, negative, fall, rise, fall. Math trash talk. I love it. All right. How many turns are in the graph, Cortavius? Four turns. How'd you get that? Good. Degree minus 1. Degree minus 1, 4. Okay. And our sketch artist for today is... Okay, yeah, come on, Tony. That's great.
You better not get no hard turn. You gonna make it again? Boy.
3. Okay, good. 0. Yeah, don't be afraid to push on it there. Okay. You're fine. Okay, let me make it easier for you now. There you go. Huh? Huh? Okay, let's see if he made the double turn. So he says the double turn happens at -3, where x plus 3 would be, and that is correct. Perfect. You ain't gonna, not gonna put your initials? Not gonna sign it or nothing? You gotta sign that. TP, period. Yeah, hard turn right here. Why? Because x plus 3 is squared. What about it? Oh, you might be onto something here.
So negative times divided by positive.
Okay, let's take this and let's actually kind of. Man, you got me with that one. I love it. Add 1 to both sides, right? So negative x equals 1. But x isn't by himself yet, is he?
This kid.
So this,
Go up there. Let me do it, Carl. Erase their signature. Erase their signature. Erase their signature. That's right.
you can blame that on me, that's fine. Okay, so hard turn still. There we go. Well, touche, Latrell Phillips. Let me go back on one of your quizzes and add you an extra point here.
My answer was right too, ain't
I was right about him being wrong. Yeah, almost a half. Hey, you need some. You need some. Boy.
If I make a mistake and someone catches it, that person, they get something. Everybody caught it. Take your warm up, set it aside, look at today's notes in 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Today, basically, I'm taking all the stuff we've been learning for the past 3 weeks and integrating it, synthesizing it, bringing it all together. So let's look at number 1, part B, and we can, part B right here. And we can do what we just did, so negative 3x equals 0, or x plus 5 equals 0, or x minus 3 equals 0. So, x is 0, or x is negative 5, or x is 3. Determine the roots. We did that. Sketch a graph. Okay, so let's graph the roots. 1 goes at 0, 1 goes at negative 5, 1 goes at 3. Now we have to figure out what the end behavior would be. So, first of all, what's the degree of the polynomial? 1, 2, 3, 4. Good, I agree. 4th degree. Okay. Then, once we have the degree, we can move on to even, odd, positive, negative. So it's obviously even. And I see one negative sign, and I only see one. So it is even, negative. Remember, the negative has to be in front of the x. Even negative, what's the behavior on that? It falls on both sides. Do we need anything else to draw a graph?
No.
Well, you could say 3 turns, right? Okay. So it falls on both sides. Let's see here. At negative 5, I have to make a hard turn. Come down, back up, and there we go. Well, I need to be able to see that it's a hard turn. So some of you have been drawing your hard turns like this. Like this. Right here. I can't really tell that's a hard turn. It needs to actually bounce off and then come back up. Okay. If it's a hard turn, it needs to actually bounce off, not just to do that. So yours is doing that. I need to be able to tell it's coming off the x-axis. The further it comes off, the better. Make it completely obvious that it's bouncing off. Okay, questions on 1B. Look down at number 2. And it says, for each graph, list the roots of the polynomial. So that's part 1. 2 parts here, A and B. List the roots, state the factors. So this is pretty straightforward. The roots are just wherever the graph touches the what? Yeah, the x-axis. Okay. So my first answer here is -3. My second answer is 1. So if I write the factor for this, I would say x plus 3. What did I do? I changed the sign. Yep, I flipped the sign. Over here, I'm going to say x minus 1. But there's one thing that we haven't mentioned yet. What else does the graph tell me? No, I don't need any of that. All I need is the roots and the factors. About these things, what else does the graph tell me? No.
X squared.
Why is that factor squared? Hard turn. Okay, hard turn. All right. Questions? Watch out for those hard turns. Take your paper and flip it over. Hard work. Okay, number 1 on the review section. All right, I'm going to give you some practice here. Some fundamental practice. Read those directions, Kevon.
Like the polynomial function that gives you zeros.
So these are the zeros. So what are the factors?
Positive 4.
Positive 4, positive 4, positive 4.
I have those squares.
Cube.
So you could have said x plus 4 cubed. But we do need to simplify this. In other words, we need to write it as a polynomial in standard form. How would you do that?
Standard 4 is A plus B plus C. The claw.
The claw. And how many times do we have to do the claw? Twice. First, you will do the claw from one binomial to the next. Then you're going to have a binomial and a trinomial. And you'll do the claw again. So it's a double claw, and notice I only gave you 2 of them. Okay, so suck it up. Exactly. For each of the following, write the polynomial in what? Standard form. Name each polynomial by degree and by number of terms. So what do you call it if it is if it has 2 terms? A binomial. What if it has 1 term? Monomial. Omeal? You just said omeal. Just using the suffix. Number 3. First of all, write it in standard form. All I'm doing is playing musical chairs. I'm just rearranging. So which one comes first here?
-5r squared.
5r squared. Minus 8r.
Plus 8.
Minus 8. Oh, plus 8, thank you.
The same thing. What's the same thing?
What's the same thing?
Minus
No. Oh, minus negative plus.
You writing like this?
It's negative.
It's a positive 8. Okay. Yep. Do you see any negative signs?
What you talking about?
Okay, so it's positive.
You writing about.
Now, name it by degree and number of terms. So, Kenya, what degree? Second.
Yeah, only be the 3rd degree. You got 2 R's there, 1 R.
Ah, no, now it's different. You're thinking about when it's in factored form. When it's in factored form, count the variable. When it's written in standard form, all you do is look at the highest exponent. Remember that? Just look at the highest exponent. If it was an equation, I would need to put equal 0, but these are all expressions. In other words, there's no equal sign, so you don't need to have equal 0. And Talia, how would you name this by the number of terms it has? Say what? No, it has more than one term. 1, 2.
Oh.
One, two, three. Describe the end behavior, Latrell.
Even.
Listen, the difference is factored form versus standard form. Go back to your original worksheet. If it's in standard form, you look at the highest exponent, and then you look at the leading coefficient. Okay. So if it's even negative, what would the end behavior be, Latrell? Fall left, fall right. All right. Once you do those things, you're done.
What would number 4 be? Ain't no binomial or trinomial. This is what?
What would that one be? Monomial. Do y'all, okay. Have y'all ever played with the sound settings on your TV and it says stereo and it says mono? Stereo means it's using the 2 speakers on the TV separately to put out 2 different sounds. So like, if you're watching a movie scene and a car drives across the scene from left to right, stereo sound will start the sound out of the left speaker, and then as the car or whatever moves across, it'll go out the right side. Okay. Mono just means both speakers put out one same sound. Okay? So monomial means 1. Mono means 1. Stereo means 2. Stereo means 2. You're always flipping the TV, you're like, stereo, mono? Stereo sounds cooler. Stereo. That's what I always did. Alright, questions? Alright, I'll let you get to work. If you run into anything, I'm here. Number 1 what? What do you what? You claw. And you have a binomial and a trinomial, right? When you claw, what's left over? Love you too.
So you do
All right, we got some. Hold on.
Can you combine my turn and like
On number 6? No. No, because the exponents are different.
So number 5 would be
All right, now we got some. If it's 4 terms or more, it is a polynomial.
I forget.
It's
What is it called?
Apology.
Rings out of third clock. Third clock is couple two.
Third claw?
You a clock or eight and four. Ah, never mind. Hold up.
Can you get them out
That's the fusion.
That's what I was.
Shut up, Papa. And we're talking about my name was you see him do it. Yeah, man, see that money, right? I got it.
Alright, that's as far as I'm gonna go. I'm gonna let you figure it out from there.
What?
You have to get all of them and answer to
I love it when you think. I love it when you think. Think about it. Think about it.